Madurodam, found in the Scheveningen district of Hague, is a miniature park. It has hundreds of small replicas and models of known historical and government buildings in the Netherlands. Started as a memory of George Maduro, a Jewish who fought along the Dutch against the German Nazi, the park is now 62 years.
The Madurodam is one of the best classic museums in Netherlands. Over time, it has become a place of interactivity. People come here to have a look at these great miniatures that are a representation of the whole of Netherlands, but also to have fun.
Madurodam displays the most important structures, economic activities and geographic characteristics of the Netherlands. The park gives a summarized preview of the country, so distinct that a visitor in the Netherlands needs to visit it first to have a preamble of what to expect on their next tour.
You can call it a museum, but actually it's a museum plus, as we like to call it. It's an outdoor theme park where we try to display our country in miniature. So yes, you can take a look at buildings and famous Dutch landmarks as if it was a museum.
Things to see in this park include the Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, the harbour, canal houses similar to those on the banks of Amsterdam canals, flower fields and the popular windmills of Holland that were a useful technology that forced water from farmlands back to the sea and rivers. While Madurodam showcases the country in a miniature format, the open-air museum in Arnhem displays the ancient Holland in real life. Antique farms, houses, cheese factories and windmills that are as old as 100 years have been shifted to this museum to show tradition and lifestyle of the Dutch people. Culture is the main focus of the open-air museum, and many of the exhibitors here are volunteers.
It's very nice to see how people used to live. But I think that if you look hard in the countryside especially, then you can still see farms exactly like this out there. They still exist out in the countryside, but they're getting fewer and fewer, so it's good to preserve them in a place like this.
Open-air museum started in 1912 by a group of Dutchmen and women who did not want Dutch culture to be forgotten. In 1987, government resolved to close the museum, but crowds flooded the museum to have a last view of the antiques, and it was resolved that the place be left open. Government has since been contributing a fraction of the funds that run the museum. In 2005, it was selected the best museum in Europe. Frank Walisimbi, NTV.